A warm welcome to your team and yourself. This is Shravya Reddy. I head the strategy and operations and end to end funding everything for the Gazelle Partners and Colaris Solutions. And this deck has been created for our potential clients and partners who see a value, some value, in our services, what we have in place, and then they want to partner with us and want to go forward with us. So the purpose of this deck is to give you an idea about what we do and how we do. So basically, the Gazelle Partners and Colaris Solutions. These two are, you could say, Colaris Solutions is the main company, which is an Indian based firm. It is a strategic company into strategic funding and finance. And the Gazelle Partners is the brand name for the funding wing of the Colaris Solutions Private Limited. Fundamentally, we are into investments and business advisory. And we, just a second. Yes, so we are in the business of helping startups, SMEs, and any kind of firm which is established, or it could be at an idea stage, with funding. So we are investors ourselves. So firstly, thanks to our partners, founders, consultants, industry advisors. We've been together for the last 12 years now, and this is a brief snapshot of our team. So first, it's myself, Shravya Reddy. I am Masters in Business Administration and Marketing from SVJN Center of Management, Dubai, and I've done my engineering in electrical electronics in JNTU, Hyderabad. That's in India. And what I bring to the table is 18 years of industry experience with innovation, with funding, with strategic advisory. So my first, you could say, first 11 years of my career, I have spent in, as an employee, I was actually working in various organizations such as Paytm, Reddington Gulf, um, Reliance Communications, and Honeywell, Salesforce, and this time I spent in understanding the business landscape. This was post my master's in business administration, all this work experience, which I just mentioned to you about. And parallelly, I was working as a part time advisor and helping with a lot of activities in various firms as part of the groups I'm associated with in the startup ecosystem and SME ecosystem. And that's how I got into finance. And so my core forte is, you could say, finance strategy, investments, and also business advisory, business restructuring, a lot of things. Apart from me, we have Nirupam Gupta. He is the Chief Digital Officer. He takes care of end to end digital presence of our partners, and fundamentally anything and everything digital in terms of strategy, in terms of execution. He's the go to person, and he's been in the industry for the last 20 years. Then we have Manjeet Sandhu, who is the go to person for certain key partnerships, hiring, staffing, strategy, legal, from an overview perspective, like overall operations perspective. And we have a partnerships with on the legal wings in India and overseas. Primarily, we have a partnership with HK Chabra and Associates, and we are directly connected with various judges, lawyers, um, and various associates who represent clients in both the Supreme Court, High Court, and even the lower courts. We also do non performing asset restructuring and LCLT cases. Um, and for finance, we have our partnerships with the leading banks in India and UAE. We have our own private fund house and certain private fund houses which are in our network, and certain family offices with UHNIs and HNIs. So, thanks to all of them, we've been closely knit network of very experienced folks who have got together and who are trying to collaborate constantly for creating value for our partners. So, about our company, as I said, like the Gazelle Partners is the funding and you could say the investment wing for the Collaborative Solutions. And fundamentally, we are into the business of investments, mergers and acquisitions, debt funding, business restructuring, and we are around 50, you could say under 35 employees, 35 to 40 employees. We have a lot of contractors, consultants, and third party partners who are associated with us for the various activities that we are involved in. So we are headquartered in Delhi, but we do a lot of work through Dubai, UAE. We are a privately held firm, and we did a lot of rebranding, restructuring. Like initially, we used to just do everything based out of India, and real estate was our core forte, wherein we started off with a lot of real estate projects in construction and interiors and certain other activities in real estate. So our partners in real estate, they are in the industry for the last 30 years, basically in the business of real estate construction of both commercial and residential complexes, offices, multifamily homes in India. That's how we started off. And then we ventured, we saw that there's a lot of opportunity in other sectors, and that's how we re strategized our focus areas and we shifted base. I mean, now we are, we just don't operate based out of India, but we also operate out of other countries and UAE. We've done a lot of restructuring, and this is all post real estate focus that we had initially. So the restructuring and re-strategizing started off in 2012, and that's how we, got into a lot of other things which we're going to talk about today. So these are our LinkedIn pages. You are free to go and check them out. It will just give you an idea about some amount of information. Of course, we have not put all information out here, but just for you to have an idea of where we are and what we do, you can always go and check out these LinkedIn pages. This is just a snapshot of a few of the brands which we are associated with through our partners. So we have like various associations and partnerships. I'll try to cover those as well in this deck. So through so these are just just a handful. We have a lot more, and then we've just not put all of them here, but in the interest of just covering few main clients, we've put them, and these are actually India based and US based client relationships. And we have our office in Noida, and like we have different partners. So fundamentally, all our partners are our clients. So we follow a very, I mean, most of our clients are partners. I mean, and that's how you would say that we partner with the companies we invest in, and we are partners, we are shareholders, and that's how we have a presence through them globally in various parts of the globe, wherever they have operations. Since we take stake in that company, fundamentally their office and their presence is our presence. And then we have our audit wing in Delhi NCR. In the audit wing, we take care of all accounting, auditing, legal, all paperwork, and for all the partnerships that we uh, forge, all the audit work, accounting work, and everything from A to Z of accounting, legal, auditing, everything happens from our Delhi office. So we have a team there, and they take care of everything, no matter where the business is. So the business we partner with, it could be in Europe, United States, UAE, anywhere. But the auditing of all those partnerships happens from a central place. And then we have our own analytics dashboard, which gives us the financial uh, metrics of how our investments are, working out. And we have our own way of auditing everything. So we have a tight understanding and control on what we actually, whoever we partner with. So we have a central auditing dashboard, as I mentioned. So this is about our vision. So fundamentally, our vision is to be the catalyst for global entrepreneurship, fostering innovation and growth by providing unwavering support, strategic funding, and transformative mentorship to startups and SMEs. So we want to be known as a company which is flexible and very founder friendly. And that's the vision, and this is the vision which we have created around that focus area. And our USP would say that we stand out with our unique ability to transform challenges into opportunities. So we understand that our startup founders and the partners we work with, they have very unique challenges. So we are very flexible, and we specialize in rapid business restructuring and debt capital provision. We ensure that the entrepreneurs receive the support they need, even when traditional sources decline. And our commitment to a sector agnostic and geography agnostic approach reflects our dedication to inclusive empowerment on a global scale. So our mission is, we invest in startups, franchises, projects. We don't do just capital infusion, but also we're into strategic partnerships, joint ventures, and turnaround strategies. So this is our commitment is to say yes when others say no, providing a lifeline of debt capital and business restructuring to our partners. So we strive to be sector agnostic and geography agnostic, creating an inclusive and supportive environment for the entrepreneurial community. So our mission is to empower and propel entrepreneurs at every stage of the journey. And we take this very seriously because we understand that entrepreneurs can go through a lot of uh, there's a lot of market fluctuations. Like in the COVID time, there were a lot of businesses which were in the which reached non-performing. They became non-performing assets, they went into losses. We understand the challenges of our entrepreneurs. We also understand that some mismanagement or certain legal issues that they have gone through could put them into some stress, and they need a lot of hand holding. Also, we are very flexible, in the sense like we do not have hard timelines and deadlines in terms of how how venture capital and private equity funds work. We don't put those kind of hard deadlines and timelines, and hard targets, which traditional VCs and private equity funds put on their partners and the startups they invest in. So we are very founder friendly, and I'm going to cover that in a bit. So our values are innovation. So we foster a culture of continuous innovation, encouraging creative thinking and dynamic solutions. So because we understand that unless you innovate, you are dead as a company. The business landscape is very dynamic these days, so continuous innovation is crucial. And also, the way we innovate is we want to empower our entrepreneurs by providing the right investment, mentorship, and business strategies for sustained success. This is what we do through collaboration. So we believe in the power of collaboration. We have our own global network to create a supportive ecosystem for our startups and SMEs, thus empowering them to provide the right investment, mentorship, and business strategies for sustained success. And integrity is our core, at the core of all our partnerships and investments. Our dealings are characterized by transparency, honesty, and ethical practices, ensuring a trustworthy partnership with all stakeholders, following all the regulations and the law of the land of wherever the company is situated. And resilience is, in the face of challenges, we exhibit resilience, adapting and navigating complexities to achieving a lasting success for our partners. So we understand how, the various challenges of our SMEs, and we are very particular about all these core values in all our dealings. So, what do we do as a company? So, we have a comprehensive suite of services for SMEs and startups globally. So, our commitment to supporting businesses, it's right from the if a company or a business is at an idea stage, we try to take that company from idea stage, or if it's a mature company as well. The idea is to help it scale. So, we have a very one-on-one kind of a approach. So we do entire product and service redesign, innovation. We create a scaling strategy, and we do the necessary investments and funding. So, what is different about us is that we provide debt capital and business restructuring when funding, the traditional funding sources decline, ensuring a swift turnaround time for equity. In the sense, like, you know, typically you might go to a VC or a private equity firm or a bank, and you might try to get your own funding. So most of the time you might, be going through a lot of issues. It's taking they might take a lot of time for getting back to you. And what we have done is we've tried to simplify everything from A to Z. And our expertise spans strategic staffing, startup innovation, and funding across diverse industries. So we do, our international focus is through capital infusion, joint ventures, partnerships. So thus it reflects our sector agnostic and geography agnostic approach. And we go beyond our typical investment firm kind of a mentality. So we have a very collaborative atmosphere with the entrepreneurial community. offering end to end business funding and turnaround strategies. So, our dedication to investment partnerships, business acquisitions, and business development is backed by capital investment through various financial structures such as retained earnings, debt capital, equity capital. So, we have our holistic approach from kickstarting businesses to right from the start to ongoing expansion. So that this demonstrates our unwavering commitment to helping businesses thrive in today's competitive landscape. So if you seek an incubator and an investor for your idea, so we are there to help you reach the million or billion dollar success mark which you have set forth. And we are committed to empowering the growth and success of small and medium enterprises and startups through tailored investment solutions. So, we have a comprehensive suite of services designed to meet the unique needs of our entrepreneurs and our innovators. Thus, we provide strategic support at every stage of the business journey. Strategic funding solutions. So, we give help you access a customized funding solution to meet the specific financial requirements of your SME or startup. So, whether it is seed capital, expansion funding, or strategic initiatives, we are the go to solution. Equity and debt capital investment, we do a mixed, we could do a hybrid of equity and debt capital, or just equity or just debt capital, depending upon our risk assessment of the project that you have brought to us. And NPA, NCLT, and IPO, yes, this is like there are many companies which have come to us. They are, they're totally bankrupt. They've reached the non-performing asset situation, or they want to raise an IPO. So we do the end to end. We can do all of that for you. We can help you, but raising IPO and NPA and getting you out of NPA and NCLT, more often than not, we do all this for our investments. So the company which we invest in, we might just help that company through all this IPO, NPA, NCLT, everything, and the same company we end up investing in as well. So it goes both ways. Just for clarity purpose, I would like to reiterate the point that all the companies we work with, maximum, I would say 90% of our clients are our partners who we have invested with, right? So we become shareholder in that company, and for that company we do all of this NPA recovery, IPO, getting strategic funding as investors. So we do all of that for the companies we invest in, and there's a small fraction of companies we also provide just the service of debt capital, or just we do some business turnaround strategy. um, if you feel that we do not want to associate with that company as an investor, and we just want to just be a strategic advisory, just want to do some strategic advisory or business turnaround, we might just do that, and not invest in that firm. We might just provide debt capital for that company. And then we have a sector agnostic investment approach. So we are open to any industry and any geography, and we have that mindset to be adaptable to changing market dynamics. Startup incubation and innovation support, obviously, because there are people who come to us, entrepreneurs who come to us who are at a very idea stage. So we help them with the end-to-end mentorship, guidance, everything on an advisory basis, for advisory basis. Then we also work on scaling, and how to scale the business we invest in. And also, if we are just doing advisory service, then we can just provide advisory service on how to scale the business. So fundamentally, we do investments as well as advisory. right? And also international expansion support, like how can we go for help the company go for cross-border business growth, how can we do JVs, partnerships. We do all of that for the investments and what we are engaged with. And also, if we are just doing advisory, then we do just advisory on these things. um, so when it comes to network, we have a huge network. We are directly associated with the government of in various countries for various deals. Like for instance, we have direct tie-up with Africa for any business which wants to establish business in Africa or grow business in Africa. We can help with that. So we have networking, and we have the necessary network, and to get the business to where it has to go to. So we have a very adaptable, and so we adapt based on your business requirement. um, and of course it has to be a win-win. And we are also into planning for the exit strategies and succession planning of a business, and not just innovation and research and development, but end to end of a business. So this is like what I would like to focus more on this slide. This is the most important slide, I would say. Fundamentally, see, a lot of people ask us what makes you different. So main thing is we have a you know we have we go like beyond our conventional investment models. So offering a tailored partnership that aligns with your business vision and objectives. So it is not just financial, and our commitment is also strategic, and we see our journey with you for your long term success. So we are not here to set a certain target for you, and you know that you achieve that target in terms of numbers, or it's it's actually a win-win. It has to be win-win, of course, but we tailor our entire efforts towards your story and your vision and your goal. So we are interested to know what you want to do with the business. Do you want to exit in the next 5 years? Do you want to sell it off to a larger firm? Do you want to give it to your successors, like your family, the next whoever wants to take over the business? We want to know your story. What is your vision? What do you want? How big do you want to grow? And we are founder and business growth friendly. When I say this, like, we do not work like the typical VC and private equity firms. We prioritize your growth and success without imposing undue stress. So uh, before this point, I would like to first stress on the unlimited capital forever for fixed equity. This is more important for me to highlight this. So in the firms, we give unlimited capital for fixed equity. It's a business owner friendly dilution model. So, what we follow is um, we get in debt into the company and take fixed equity. We get in the collateral in the business as well. So, the collateral, of course, the risk of the collateral lies with the entrepreneur who we partner with, but the dilution, right, is fixed. So one time you just take the debt from us, it's at a very competitive rate, uh, which is as per the UAE banking, because we try to take capital from UAE because we have better rates of interest and better taxation, better legal coverage, legally also it's stronger as a country, and a lot of benefits. So we try to take infuse debt through the Dubai route, and we take fixed dilution in the company, and that capital, the credit line can be used for any purpose. It can be used for working capital, it can be used for um, buying new companies, right? So you might have a bunch of companies you want to purchase. So you can always grow through organic growth or also through the mergers and acquisitions. So you might want to acquire other companies. So we are enabling that capital to let you purchase those companies that you wish to purchase. So it's a fixed credit line which gets established in Dubai. Uh, we can do it through India as well. It's not like we cannot do it through India, but we get a better rate. We have a better network in Dubai, so we are encouraging, the whole thing through Dubai. So that is unlimited capital forever, as in throughout the timeline of the company. Whenever the capital needs funds, we will help enhance the credit line for that company by infusing enough collateral, and we will keep pumping in capital for the business uh, throughout the tenure of the company. So till the company survives and we all survive. And so this is how it is unlimited capital for fixed dilution. And as I said, we are not like the traditional VC and private equity firms when it comes to unlimited capital fixed dilution model that we have. The second model we have is equity infusion. Like we do not bring in any debt into the company. We do the company valuation. We take a stake in the company for the capital we provide. There is no question of collateral infusion, etc. in that. It is just a pure equity model. But whether we go for the unlimited capital for fixed dilution model, or we intend to uh, you know share invest pure equity, just pure capital for equity and no debt, is very subjective. Our USP is unlimited capital, for a very low interest rate of debt, or unlimited capital infusion for fixed dilution forever. That is our forte. And equity, non-debt based equity, right? That is a very subjective thing. We may not. We I cannot guarantee you that. So in there, of course, as you keep taking capital in the equity model, you will have to shell out more and more stake, um, and that will continue throughout. Like you have to keep diluting and keep shelling out more and more stake. So that by itself is one kind of a model. I hope I haven't confused you. If you see, there's one point mentioned here: competitive and transparent rate of interest. This is because we have, as I said, we get an unlimited capital through debt at a very low interest rate, and we take fixed dilution and we inject collateral into the company, and that's how we invest. So we get these competitive rates, etc. That is one model. And the second model is the equity model, wherein there is no collateral, nothing, and we just take shares. We become a shareholder, director in the company. Uh, and we, of course, there are certain industry standards. We, as long as we're in the company, we take a fixed salary, and then uh, if the founder wants to say take the profits home, we can do that as well. Like we are flexible. It's not like we will take profits and dividends only at the end of say 5 years or 3 years. We are very open to understand what exactly you want to do with your business. Like, you want to take a fixed salary and just be happy with that, or you want to take also fixed salary and profits till the company survives, or you want to sell it off, after 5 years. So you just want to take x amount of profit. So whatever it is, we can figure that out. And we also encourage a hybrid model. So we can have, like, say, suppose you want to purchase three companies and you have an existing company. One company you can use for taking home higher profits. Another company you can just use for, um, you know you don't want to take profits much from that company, but you just want to uh, run the show and exit after, say, 3 4 years. So and fun so fundamentally, we encourage the buy and build model, wherein you have a parent company, and then that parent company is typically, it's in India or UAE, and that parent company purchases other smaller companies, and the company overall grows. That is a buy and build model, which we strongly encourage, because that's the fastest way you can grow as a company. If you're going to depend totally on just growing your business and through organic growth, that's going to take a very long time. So, in that light of buy and build model, if you want, suppose you have an existing company, and you want to use one company to take more profits home, and you want the other companies, 4 5 companies, you just want to consolidate all of them and make them all under one company. So we are flexible to understand what you want to do, and we are more and more eager to know what you want to do with the company, what is your vision, and all these questions. So we have a bunch of questions we ask you, so that we know what exactly is your goal, right? And once we understand that goal, then we do a customized solution for that, and then we see how to help you reach that goal. So, as I said, we have a very tailored approach. um, and then regarding loans, normally if the business is very new at an idea stage and the entrepreneur has no experience and he's just coming with an idea stage, we might we might, again I'm saying might, just give him a loan and that's it. We will say tata bye bye. Like, we will not again want to invest and spend time more than just enabling him get a loan. And that decision rests with me and my network and my team, because we sometimes feel that the entrepreneur, we just don't want to invest in that business. We just want to help that business get a loan, and then we want to go home. That's it. And then there are other companies which we feel like we want to enable, we want to be part of their company, and we want to invest debt or equity. It's all very subjective. So, end of the day, it has to be a win-win. It goes both ways, and we try to assess everything and then we take a call. So the next thing is about our milestones and success stories. So, as I said, like, we've been in primarily in the real estate space, and we slowly emerged out of the real estate space, and then we started looking at other sectors. So, just to give you a glimpse of the last 3 years, so 2021, that's just post COVID. So we did one transaction of 17 million dollars. This was, we did the buy and sell advisory for this transaction. It's Vikasa Group of Schools. It's a very big, it's a very old school group in India. So the entire buy and sell advisory, getting the buyer, the seller, all of that, we closed that in 2021. Then we also did the, so Travancore Coffee Company, as on date, it stands as, it's a sold out company now. Like, it's no more in existence. Like, they are not active anymore. But we did the entire investment and business restructuring advisory for this firm. This is it is in Karnataka, and So they were NPA, and then we did the entire advisory for restructuring, shifting business, everything in terms of advisory. They actually wanted to get investment from us, but they couldn't fulfill the commitments, and we couldn't close that with them for this reason that they couldn't just comply with whatever was required for getting the investment. But yes, we did support them with all the restructuring and investment advisory. Then we also did a lot of mergers and acquisitions advisory for certain firms, and these firms were actually not in a position to, you know, they wanted to do it themselves. We chose to support them with the advisory. And also for debt fund advisory, also we have done some debt fund advisory for some SMEs. These are all in excess of $4 to $5 million and above. In 2022, we went ahead with some successful partnerships with some key SMEs in real estate in India. Vignesh Group, which is a pretty good firm. They've been doing a lot of work in the north of India, and also that actually fruitioned in 2023. uh, Apart from Vignesh Group, in Vignesh Infrastructure, we did a lot of work in understanding in, the real estate space. We did some partnerships for some land deals, for construction deals, for some family owners, the family business owners and SMEs. In 2023, we did some strategic partnerships with the Myth Group, which is, you could say, around 11 to $12 million revenue company, and also with Vignesh Group, which is around 12 to $13 million revenue company. Abha Fire and Security is around 9 to $10 million company, and Like Media UK is around 3 to 4. I would say 2 to 3 in that range. Uh, Revenue million dollar companies. We also did some restructuring advisory for non-performing assets in solar, in real estate, import and export, textile manufacturing. So we are basically sector agnostic, industry agnostic company. So we are very happy to hear from you. What is your business? Which industry? At what stage it is in? And all of that. We will cover all of that. So, what are our goals? So, we want to increase our global foothold. We want to be known as a company for like various partners. We want to be accessible, easy to work with. We want to work with, we are already reached out to all the key incubators in the US and India, but we are still awaiting certain replies, etc. Like, um, so fundamentally, there's a lot of incubators, accelerators, SMEs, and we're also, I mean, incubators, accelerators, and SMEs like Y Combinator. We have reached out to Techstars, TIE. TIE is the Indus entrepreneurs in India. We have T Hub. So we have started to reach out to these folks, and also we are open to any kind of startups and SMEs. We're open, and we are happy to evaluate your business and then take it forward from there. And also, real estate is what we are very, very, key focus area is real estate. We have enough capital, everything to do real estate projects, and also not just real estate, any technology or any, it could be solar or any industry. We are pretty flexible. So now comes the process, which is, everybody wants to know what to do, how to go about it, and this becomes a very big question mark. So fundamentally, as I said, we are sector, geography, and any stage of business agnostic. So to enable The ones which are in blue, like the non-disclosure agreement, last year free financials, all these mentioned. We need all these details first, right? We need to sign. You have a non-disclosure agreement, please send it across. We will review it and we will sign it. Then we require your three last 3 years financials, your bank statements of your company, your KYC LinkedIn profile, funding requirement, like how much funding do you need, and projections showing usage of funding. What exactly do you want to do? So we have a form, we have a questionnaire. So you will fill all the details. We want to know more about your firm, etc., about your company, etc. We would like to know more about it. Then we also want work. We need to do the due diligence on your paperwork, on your real estate, on your whatever the business is. All right. There's a lot of due diligence which goes legal due diligence, financial due diligence, and that goes for any business. It could go for a new business which is at an idea stage, or also which is at a established stage. So all this requires time, effort, and energy, sweat, and blood of my team members who are doing all of this. So then we also need a special purpose vehicle which needs to be established. We do this for various reasons to offset the risk, right? Like if you see, if you don't, so it's a legal entity, an SPV is a legal entity, and then for the various financial transactions, securitization, project financing, or to isolate risks associated with a particular venture. So we help these SPVs able to help us help protect the interests of stakeholders by ring fencing the assets and liabilities of any project or investment. So that's where we establish SPV as well, or we use an existing SPV and then we just include that as part of the whole thing, whole structure. And then we have collateral based debt, right? So we normally use assets in India, and we try to get finance on that in UAE or India as a loan. So all this collateral work and all, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of paperwork. So we bring in the third party collateral, and we enable the funding on that third party collateral. So this collateral is now at the risk of the entrepreneur, how he handles the business, how he runs the operations, because the risk of paying it off it's a shared risk, of course. It's a shared risk, but fundamentally, if there is any default, we do not take any of that on any liability on ourselves. It's the sole liability of the entrepreneur who has brought the business proposal to us. So there's a lot of collateral based debt work in UAE and in India. And to enable this whole structure, like we tend to open a new business in UAE from scratch and make that as a parent company. This helps us, fasten the process of creating funding. Enabling funding for the company. So we need to set up an office in Delhi and or UAE, and of course we need physical presence. We need a physical office in Delhi and UAE because our entire network and our funding, everything is routed from Delhi and UAE. The entire audit team, the funding team, everything happens from Delhi, UAE, and UAE. So we need a physical presence in Delhi, and we need a local office in UAE, and all of this collateral, everything gets, all of this we do it through these two firms, and we bring in the collateral and do all the paperwork. We do the uh, strategic advisory, all of that, right? And then if it's an IPO, then obviously we have to make the company IPO ready. So even for that, we need a company in India, we need a company in Dubai. Uh, Dubai may or may not, but at least in India, because we do the IPO work in India. But if you want us to, like, if you feel that we should raise an IPO, say, in the US, we can do that as well. So we can do all this initial public offering work in any part of the globe. It should not be a problem. Anywhere it's okay. But fundamentally, we are happy with doing everything from India, Delhi, and uh, Dubai. We don't need any other office presence. From these two geographies, we are able to do all the restructuring, debt, collateral infusion, everything for anywhere on the globe. So the timelines, just to help you understand. So there is a cost and time to all of this, of course, because there's a lot of work, there's a lot of legal work, there's due diligence work, there's a risk analysis work. So here, just mentioned some timelines. And company registration in UAE, has its own benefits. Like as I said, there's better interest rate and a lot of other benefits. Um, so it takes some time for all of this, and these are the timelines mentioned. And of course, it comes at a cost. So we have our tie-ups with all the free zones and the fund houses and everything. So we do all the paperwork, and obviously everything will come at a cost. Um so if you're expecting a free service, please, it's not going to happen. We can do the initial review of the deck, that's fine, of whatever you share. But post that, of course, you'll have to be ready to, do the needful to get the company funding ready. So, so here is just a glimpse of our risks. So, as I said, there's a lot of due diligence which we need to do as a firm in order to go ahead with a company. um, there is travel involved if required. We travel, sometimes we don't travel, it depends on the nature of the business. And also, some of our promoters, they have, like in the past, like they have given us some wrong information about, uh, not a complete picture, and that could put the entire business advisory that we do at risk. So it's very important for you to be very transparent and upfront. If there's any legal issue or any default or anything like that, you'll have to just talk about it to us. Also, we run collateral risk because we are bringing in a lot of collateral into the debt investment structure. So obviously, that risk is with us. So it's a huge risk. So in order to get, say, a $5 million debt capital at, say, 4 to 5% or 3 to 4% per annum, at least 7.5 million collateral is we need to arrange. My company has to arrange. So all of that work, it comes at a cost. It needs a physical, we need to have a physical presence, all of that. So we run the risk of executing all of this. So we need partners who understand the quantum of work, effort, and consulting work, and the kind of service and the travel and all of this legal, everything that you need to understand first before even working with us. So first, I would like to understand, what do you know, or what is your experience uh, in terms of getting investment? Have you taken investment from anywhere else ever before? If yes, then I would like to know about it, because a lot of people who come to us, they feel investment is something which just happens overnight. It's not true. It's a very painful process, and we have also faced a lot of issue with some partners, in the sense they were not able to come up with the entire quantum of fee and everything. So and then that put us in jeopardy because they made a part payment, and after that they couldn't finish the second part. And then, because every license needs to be renewed in UAE and also in India, right? Every year you have to maintain a company, you have to maintain the audit, the tax filing, and in India and in Dubai, you have to do the license renewal, and license renewal is expensive in the sense like it's not like how it is in India. So I'm just telling you with respect to India, but licenses and everything, it comes at a cost. So we can discuss the cost later on. We can get into all of the numbers and all of that. So if you want to work with us, you need to understand that all of this, structuring a company, establishing it, running it, doing the audit work, maintaining that company, and accounting, and renewing the licenses, all of that is very expensive and time consuming. I would not say expensive or not expensive. That I would say very relative to the geography that we deal with, and also the type of company we deal with. I wouldn't use that word, but I would say that it is at a cost. And also our risks are like if you do fraudulent transactions post. So we have to be very careful as a company before we how we run the company, how we handle the fraud, a possibility of fraudulent transactions being done by the promoters who we are associated with. So we have to protect ourselves. So we have done the needful strategy for that. And also delayed payment of fees, as I said, like you start with us and then you vanish, and then you say that I don't have money or something like that. That will put all of us in a lot of time pressure and all of that. It's all doesn't get us anywhere. So after this, there will be a form, and you can fill that form. Um, and any questions you have, you're free to ask me. But you have now an idea about what we do and everything. Like everything is at least at a you're in a better state now, so you can take certain decisions, and then we can take it forward from there. Thank you so much.